How do you guys look as a team to carry the winning momentum into the road?
Yeah, obviously our last road game didn't go as planned, so we know that anytime you come on the road, right, sometimes it's not always going to be the prettiest win or the way you envision it always. So you just kind of have to find a way to bear down and get a win in any fashion, right? Obviously we know what the Islanders can bring on a nightly basis, so we have to be ready for that.
What were your thoughts on seeing Matthew Schaefer for the first time when you guys played in Boston?
Yeah, it's pretty poised for 18-year-old kid. He can make plays, he can skate. He looks like he's holding his own. So obviously he's a guy that he's getting a lot of buzz around the league right now, and you're gonna have to start circling his name up on the lineup sheet. When you're playing against this team.
As a defenseman, how it takes you a while, right, to sort of acclimate to the NHL game. What's the challenge in that, for an 18-year-old?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a hard position in terms of you always hear the cliche. You need a certain amount of games as a defenseman in this league to feel comfortable, and for him to be doing what he's doing now, obviously it's not a tough league to do night in, night out, and this many games that we play, it's that's going to be a bit of a challenge. But kudos to him for starting out strong.
With the compacted schedule this year, have you had to change your off-ice routine as far as getting rest or working out off the ice?
Nothing too crazy. But obviously we have to capitalize on our rest and sleep, right? There's always travel, a lot more back-to-backs this year, so sleep's going to be important, finding that, whether it's in the night or taking a quick nap during the day, and just recovering, making sure you're eating well and, replenishing your hydration. It's a lot of games, but everyone has to go through it too, right? It's not just one team that's, kind of faced with it. It's every team, so, everyone's kind of doing their part.
Mason said having you back there is like having a second goaltender. When it comes to blocking shots, is there a strategy involved, or is it just get in the lane and get in front of that puck?
I think just getting in the lane and, I guess at the end of the day, not really being afraid of the puck. Obviously, it's different if you see OV winding up for a one-timer or not, but I think, a lot with our system, we're being encouraged to front the puck and not necessarily always have to box out. So I think for us as defensemen, right, if you could block the shot, near the hash marks or, above the crease, right, it could lead to transition quickly. So I think for me, benefits, the way I like to block shots and just, move the puck up right away.
In the NHL, kind of getting a few games under your belt after your first one?
A little less stressful. The first one was really stressful, but after that, I think it's settled down a little bit, and I'm just super happy to still be here and play some games. So yeah.
Marco said you've just been steady, which is what he wants. How would you kind of view how your game has translated with this team?
I think I just try to keep it simple, make some hard plays, and win my battles. So if it keeps going that way, I think I'm happy.
Marco's system's different from what you've normally played before coming to the Blues organization?
A little bit different from last year, but it's system everybody kind of knows. So it's not too bad of an adjustment. So I think it's a good system and playing well.
What are the key points in that system that you have to kind of stick to?
I think it's just got to keep the people outside, us stay inside and defend well. So if we do that, I think it'll be good for us.
What did you learn about the Islanders when you played them in Boston?
I think they're a good team. They move the puck well. They have a good power play. So I think we just got to stick to our game and make some right play on the ice.
Has it been like skating with Henry Yokiharu? Any advice he's given you throughout this?
Yeah, he
stretch?
talked to me a lot on the ice or on the bench. So he's helping me a lot to be a little less stressful at the ice, and super happy to play with him.